Guys, what's going on? Cassidy and Stirrup here. I know it's been a long time coming. I am live at the Regal IMAX Theater, and I just saw Supergirl, okay? I saw Supergirl, okay? Now, I'm gonna be thoroughly honest here, and bro, I honestly can't believe I'm really saying this right now, dude. And again, mind you, I did not finish Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I didn't finish the comic. I stopped halfway because I told myself, let me not build up any expectations of some sort and establish any structure in my mind on how I believe the movie should go based off of the comic, okay? Going into this, expectations were at the floor. I'm talking past the tectonic plates of planet Earth, you feel me? All the reviews crapping all over the movie, saying the movie's garbage, the pacing's bad, the editing's bad, the lighting's bad, the villain is bad, this is bad. I'm like, alright, cool, bet. So, I came in with nothing, okay? If you guys didn't know, if you've been subscribed to this channel, if you've been a fan of my channel for a while, for the past year and a half, you knew that I was high on Superman 2025, James Gunn Superman, right? I was hyped for the trailers. I was hyped with the previews, everything about it. I was reporting on everything. I said, in James Gunn we trust, okay? Little behold, when I saw Superman, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it, okay? I had a lot of gripes with it because I am an extreme Superman fan. I have a Superman S tattoo on my arm. You get what I'm saying? So, my expectations for that movie was through the roof. Structure, through the roof. I know Superman, Kal, Clark Kent like the back of my hand. Story-wise, everything. All his alternate versions, all that stuff. I know Superman down to the T. So I had a lot to say in regards to that movie and how I wanted that movie to be. Okay? Mind you. And I gave Superman like a B- to a C+. I'm sticking more towards a C+ for Superman because now when I watch it, I've watched it a couple more times. Again, it's still a fun little ride, but I don't love the movie. I'm going to just keep it frank with you, G. I'm not saying Superman 2025 is horrible. I just didn't fall in love with it. And to mind you, I'm a huge Superman fan. Again, Superman is my favorite superhero of all time. So, beyond that, let's get back to Supergirl, okay? Again, I just walked out of there. I'll be honest with you guys, and I'm not going to be afraid to say it. I don't care how big of a YouTuber you are as a movie critic. I don't care if you love the movie, if you hate the movie. I am going to tell you straight up, like, I really like this movie, bro. You could say, it's funny because I could hear some of my subscribers who unsubscribed because I wasn't feeling Superman that much. I guess they're praying to the heavens above and crying out because Cassidy is finally seeing the light. That's besides the point. There's certain things in Supergirl, in this movie, that just delve and gel so well and hit all the beats that I wanted Superman 2025 to hit. Okay? Firstly, let's go down the line. Let's go down the ringer, okay? Millie Alcock is Supergirl. Now, see, this movie right here, and the character she plays, Kara. If you guys don't know, I lost my brother when I was around 19. You know, my brother died at 24, okay? And I also, if you guys didn't know the story, I also had a dog, you know, a pit bull. His name was Clyde, and I loved him and having a blast, but in unfortunate events in a short time, I lost him. He died at a young age. I won't really delve into that. So, in regards to that, in the retrospect of Crypto, in the retrospect of Kara Zor-El losing her family, and seeing the tragedy that happened. And again, this won't be spoiler as well. This will not be a spoiler. The tragedy that she exudes, I relate to it so much that I cried. I dropped a tear or two, one to two times watching this movie. Okay, just because on a personal level of losing family and even losing a dog, an animal that you love so much, a pet. You know what I'm saying? And seeing what she went through when it came to crypto and him suffering. And then seeing what she went through with dealing with the grief, the pain. Millie Alcock brought exactly what I wanted her to bring in this movie, okay? She's a mess. She's a mess. She's living garbage. She's the Walking Dead. She doesn't give a damn about anything. That is a stage of grief. That is what true grief feels like. See, someone's smoking some good loud over there. Sorry, guys, just got bashed in the brain with some Mary Jane. Okay, all right. So, okay, but back to the movie at hand. Millie Alcock, emotionally, she brought it. I really, truly don't have any complaints on what she gave me. I'm gonna get to the bad in a minute, but let me go through the line here. Millie Alcock, she did an exceptional, great job with what she had. The little girl who played Ruthie, I felt the emotion with her. I kind of wish, as a director, I love to see that hard-on pain and emotion when it comes to actually... Can you imagine seeing your family get taken in front of you? You understand me? Like, the editing serves no purpose for this movie. The editing was kind of choppy and bad at certain points to where I wanted to see more. Can you let this simmer for a little bit longer so I can really feel and so I could really see the character display the emotion of something so sick and traumatic that just happened to them? I want to see them break down, cry. I'm talking snot out of your nose. I'm talking yelling like a banshee, okay? Losing your mind over something so evil, incarnate, and sick that you just had to experience. So when it comes to Ruthie, she did a very decent job with what she had. I wish, again, they allowed her to display more of the pain of losing your family in front of your eyes. Not much of a spoiler. You see it in the trailer. If you saw the trailer, we already know how her origin goes. If you read the story as well, the comic, Woman of Tomorrow, you know where I'm going with this. Yeah, turn off your brights. Good Lord. But yeah, you can see where we're going with this as well. But in regards to that, the chemistry between her and Millie Alcock Supergirl, you could say it was... I won't say their connection was amazing. The chemistry was pretty good. Chemistry was decent, understandable for what it was. She's just passing through, looking for someone to quench her vengeance, to help her achieve what she wanted in vengeance. But at the end of the movie, I was like, okay, I see where we're going with this, and I see what Millie Alcock Supergirl, I see what she was displaying in regards to what she wanted to know with Ruthie and what she wanted Ruthie to understand going down that path. And I really did like that part. Vengeance is not always the way. And it creates a bigger hole. It turns you into a black hole. Once you consume that, once you quench that thirst of vengeance that you want. But besides that, Ruthie, I think her name is Eve Ridley, if I'm not mistaken. She did a very good job. She still did. I want to see more of her, to see probably what other projects she gets to do, to really have her display more emotion that I wanted her to display. But she did her job in here. She did a great job as being a young actress. But Millie Alcock, freak that. Even though Millie Alcock said, the things that she said with those interviews about it not being centered around a man, about Kara probably being both ways and all that other stuff and everything like that. Millie, baby, you did great in this movie. But please, Again, just stick to the movie, my dear. I know you know what I'm saying, I know there's certain times actors and actresses get in the way, but please, whatever you feel, that's your thing. Whatever you think, whatever you feel, great. But for the sake of the movie, so people can see the great job, the awesome job that you did in this movie, sometimes it's best for the actors and actresses to just zip it so you can avoid, PR disaster or PR blockage. And then I know she talked about the Christian dads, the Christian dads in regards to, people criticizing her looks and everything like that. And I think Millie Alcock is she's a very unique, beautiful looking person. Okay, in regards, I'm not gonna say she's super sexy, but it's a je ne sais quoi and a foreign beauty to her. Sometimes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if you think she's ugly, fine. If you think she's beautiful, fine. We all have our own opinions and standards when it comes to women. So in regards to that, I would just say, I really hope people look past whatever they think about what Millie Alcock's remarks and what she was saying in regards to, being centered around men and all that stuff. I just hope that really isn't detrimental to the box office for this film, because I do honestly think this film does deserve to be seen, to give it a fair shot, besides what Millie said. Now let's get from beyond the drama with that, because again, for me, I'll give this movie a grade off rip. This is wild, bro. I really can't. I literally even said that Supergirl may be better than Superman. And here I stand as a Nostradamus coming to you live. Well, this is going to be pre-recorded at this time, but it's live. My live reaction coming at the theater. The embargo already lifted, so I'm going to say what I need to say. It won't be spoiler, but we're going clear cut. But yeah, Supergirl is a better film to me than Superman. I'm not trying to say I love, because I'd have to watch this movie again, but the way I'm feeling, this movie did its job, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. That's just me. And again, I didn't finish the Woman of Tomorrow comic. Don't kill me. All the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic fans might hate this movie, you feel me? But it gave me what I needed. It had a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy isms here and there, but the tone really didn't feel exactly like that, which I knew it would have Guardians of the Galaxy isms, because yes, again, and James Gunn and Peter Safran produced, obviously, but Craig Gillespie as the director, he did his thing. Again, the only... Let me stick here because I don't want to get into the bad yet. But no, Millie Alcock, amazing, exceptional, very awesome. I want to see more of her Supergirl. That's basically where I stand with it. I really hope that she is in Man of Tomorrow, because yeah, dude, I was kind of on the fence when I saw Superman, but now that I saw Supergirl, I'm kind of stepping back in a little bit, but cautiously. Man of Tomorrow, if James Clayface, I heard Clayface is gonna be good. I'm stepping off the fence. Supergirl's got me coming back a little bit. If Clayface is fire, I'm coming back, stepping closer back to the front door of DC. If Man of Tomorrow is amazing, if Man of Tomorrow is great, I can see myself opening the door to DCU again and stepping through the door. Mind you, like I said, we're gonna keep it at that for now. But man, Lobo, Jason Momoa. This motherfreaker was born to play this role, okay? When I said every time he was on screen as Lobo, you're like, alright, that's the main man. I felt like I was watching Superman animated series Lobo. I felt like I was watching Superman, Man of Tomorrow, the animated movie Lobo. This dude, see, this is where you see an actor and they said they've been a fan of the character, and you're like, no, you aren't. You're not a fan of the character. You're just saying that because you're an actor, because you're playing the role of that character. That's why you're saying that. You don't know nothing about this character. Jason Momoa seems like he is truly a fan of Lobo, and it shows in this movie, sir, ma'am. It shows in this movie. I'm like, dude, give me more of him. He needs his own rated R movie, period. But let's continue. Yeah, so, and we all know, he's a scene stealer, but anybody who says that Lobo overshadows Millie Alcock is a damn lie, in my opinion. They both See, here's the thing. You can see Millie Alcock Supergirl in two ways. Do you love the traditional like just drop dead gorgeous feminine Supergirl? That is mainly the main consensus version of the character, or you have the Woman of Tomorrow comic character from Tom King, which again breaks her down in a very great way that that is digestible to me. Because when mainly Supergirl, we see her as Superman's cousin. In regards to that, Supergirl is mainly Superman's cousin, right? She was, she was sent off from her father. Zor-El sent her to Earth, a little bit after Kal-El was sent by Jor-El, right? We know that's Superman's cousin, comes out, fish out of water. She's drop dead gorgeous, and I'm talking about the original take of her, the main take of her, because this Supergirl is legit based off of the main story, but in the version of the comic version of Woman of Tomorrow. She's drinking, she's going around. That hits home, bro. Again, personally, if you haven't gone through grief and tragedy with family, grief and tragedy through losing a pet that you love so much, I think people that's been through that spectrum will feel connected to this film in some type of form and fashion. But I do like the bold step that they took. Instead of making Supergirl the good old-fashioned regular drop-dead gorgeous blonde cousin of Kal-El, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful body. She's got, the belly button showing. The Supergirl costumes that are kind of revealing that Supergirl original style and take of her besides the comic of Woman of Tomorrow. They put layers. When you use that comic Woman of Tomorrow version of Supergirl, you give her layers that you build her up to. What I like at the, and I don't want to jump. All right, let me just stop here and say, first of all, like I said, Millie Alcock was amazing. It truly extraordinary. I like her as Supergirl, bro. I can't believe I'm really saying this, bro. Like, dude, these reviews that I was watching, crapping on this movie, everyone has their own opinion, and I respect that. And it's funny, because, again, I wasn't a huge fan of Superman 2025 whatsoever. But Supergirl, bro, I'm a fan. I like the movie, bro. I literally bought a popcorn bucket silhouette of the Supergirl bucket, bro. I like this movie, dude, and I'm not going to cap. But going down since I went from Jason Momoa, let's go to the villain, Creme of the Yellow Sun. Or Creme of the Yellow Hills. I think that's his name. Bro, I think his name is Matthew. I forgot the last name, but the actor's name is Matthew something. A lot of people said Creme is very one-dimensional. He is a bland character. He wasn't that good. He's not memorable. I call I call BS a little bit. I can see that he wasn't. If this movie was an extra 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes, we could add extra layers to each character, I think people might be more satisfied. The way I saw Creme in this movie, first of all, he's an evil piece of crap incarnate. The things that he does in here, I'm like, he's a sick freak, and you wish nothing but death upon him and justice to be served to the sick freak. Honestly, he reminds me of those one-dimensional fun characters, something like the characters out of The Crow. Like, they're just walking demons. They're walking destruction. There's no more deeper storytelling needed to be had to really understand how the clockwork for this character works. He's evil. He's just evil. His one-liners, I laughed 2 times because, again, he's just, oh yeah, oh, you look pretty, oh yeah. He's like, oh, I like that, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, not much to be had with his story, but he's just, the stuff he does, he's a sick son of a bitch. I'm sorry for my language, but I wish death upon him. I'm like, dude, you're sick, bro. You need help, and the only help you need is to get your ass unalived out here. And best believe, I'm gonna stop there. Boy, Kara, hey, listen, bro. Millie Alcock, Supergirl, to the ending, what she did in this movie. There's a part of the movie that she does, and I'm like, wow, bro, they really took it there. They really took it there, bro. So I'm like, yo, just know when Supergirl has to get the job done, Supergirl gets the job done. She ain't no punk out here. You hear me? So I was like, okay. And I get that. I feel that. And I'm like, coming from someone with grief and pain, she eliminates that off rip. She ain't got time to let destruction or pure evil spread because of stuff that she's been through. So she puts the nail in the coffin. And when you see the movie, you'll understand what I'm saying. I'm like, all right, I like this. I could get behind this here, sir. They really establish, they truly establish the light and the dark in regards. You have pure opposites. They establish Kal-El and Kara are pure opposites, bro. And it's beautiful, bro. It's awesome. It's great. So in regards to that, hats off to them. But when it comes to Krem, yet again, Krem to a lot of, I'd say to movie critics being critical, could say, yes, he's a weak villain, very one-dimensional, very forgettable. But at one point in the 90s, 80s, we've had plenty villains like that, and we love them. I'm not gonna cap. Matthew, if that's his, I forgot his last name, but Matthew did a very exceptional job as Krem. Very good job. Yes, very one-dimensional at a certain degree, but rememberable in the certain things that he does and how devious and how soulless and disgusting he is. So it's kind of like, you're gonna remember certain things that he does in here. He's dastardly, bro. He's evil. He's a demon. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can say he's one-dimensional, but he had such a sadistic style to him that I won't say that he's unforgettable. The things that he does in here, it's like, my goodness, bro. DC kind of do. This movie is gritty. This movie is dark, and they take it there. They freaking take it there. And again, people compare this to Mad Max because the dirtiness of the film, the dark lighting of the film, I think they did that to add more gravitas to the style and the feeling of the story. This ain't no. The movie is basically dark, gritty, grief, pain, suffering, and then through that comes hope. You build up the hope, and then the hope is solidified. That's what this movie is, and that's what it gives you, and that's what I expected to get from this. And they really went for it. They went for it. So yeah, man, Matthew is Krem. I enjoyed him, bro. Honestly, I wouldn't mind purchasing this movie. I wouldn't mind buying this movie. If people hate it, people can hate it and say, this is a guilty pleasure. I can't even say that this movie is a guilty pleasure because I enjoyed it. I liked it. Just to top it off, before I even go further, just to give you guys a grade at this point, I'm feeling to give this movie like a B to B plus, bro. I just gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shoot me down, bro. It's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I didn't really care for Superman that much. I got killed for it. I got destroyed. I got crucified for it. Now, I'm liking Supergirl. I'm like, whoa, what the freak? I'm giving this movie a B to B plus, bro. Supergirl was pretty good, man. I kind of liked it. Everybody's Rotten Tomato. I think the score is rotten with the critics. I can, and I see why the critics gave it that, because again, the editing is choppy. Krem could be seen as very weak and one-dimensional and surface level. And then you have the lighting, certain lighting is very dark, and it doesn't display much of the character displaying in the movie. But again, I felt like they did that lighting in regards to the tone of the movie and it being just such a dark and sad, somber, movie. And again, towards the end, hope is brought back. Hope is, solidified. And that is how Supergirl solidifies that hope with everything she's been through and what she becomes at the end. That's how it is. It's that classic superhero, story, you know what I'm saying? It's tropey. It's been done plenty times, but if you do it decent enough, some people, I don't really get tired of that trope as long as you do it decent for me to enjoy the trope. But man, I'm telling you this right now. Again, I give the movie a B to B plus, bro. I'ma stand on it, dude. I'ma stand on it. I'll stick with probably a solid B. I gotta be honest with you guys. And then in regards to, David Cornsweet being in the movie for just a little bit. And I like how he wasn't really in the movie that much. But when David Cornsweet was in this movie as Superman, he yet again solidifies how good he plays as Kal-El, as Superman, as Clark Kent. He wasn't Clark Kent at all in this movie. He was just straight up Superman. He wasn't, and I kind of love and I kind of hate, but it's a love and hate thing how Millie Alcock, Supergirl, addresses him as Clark. She doesn't really call him Kal. And I'm like, I kind of get it. Cause it's like with Millie, you could tell she kind of gets annoyed with with Clark, with David, with Superman, her cousin, but you could still see that she loves and respects him in a certain way, but is annoyed with how his structured mind is. Like she explains in the movie, thus why it's like she calls him Clark, but doesn't really announce him as Kal-El. Which I kind of had a problem with that before seeing the movie. I was like, yo, why is she calling him Kal-El, bro? Like, don't call him Clark. But now that I watched the movie, I'm like, I get it. So I understand that aspect of it. I truly do understand that aspect of it. But in regards to that, dude, guys, again, man, I give this movie a solid B. Dude, on a good day, a B+. I know that's crazy, right? Utterly insane. I like Supergirl more than I like Superman 2025, bro. And again, which I predicted, and I had a feeling this was going to happen. And it happened. Honestly, my excitement has gone up a little. Truly it did. Truly it has. But let me get to the quick negatives. And then I'll be on my way. Because you best believe I'm doing a spoiler review. I'll wait for the general audience to see the movie, but I'm going to definitely do a spoiler review. My only negatives to the movie, again, is the editing and the pacing a little bit. Again, bro, this movie deserves an extra 30 to 40 minutes. I don't know why they made the movie short. Is it budgeting issues? What is it? But yeah, man, definitely the movie deserved a little bit more time for things to get flushed out. Certain moments felt like they needed a little bit more time to breathe, a little bit more time to be expressed, to be explored. But yeah, the editing was kind of here and there, choppy sometimes, fast-paced a little bit. And again, the lighting, the dark tone lighting to certain degrees could be annoying to certain viewers. But again, I felt like the lighting was being reflective of the story itself, of the dark take of everything going on. So I guess that's why they did it. In regards to certain, here's in another negative, it's like certain characters in the movie, it's funny because certain characters in the movie kind of look human. You got some black people in it, they look just like me, you know what I'm saying, but they're on a different planet. I'm like, bro, can you at least give them pointy ears, you feel me? A weird nose, like alienistic prosthetics to make them look otherworldly. Some of the characters look human, and I'm just like, all right, I get it. Because Supergirl, she's a Kryptonian, and they look human, right? They look human. And I wish they gave Ruthie her pointy ears. Because in the comic, Ruthie looks human, but has alien traits. She has the sharp, elf ears, you feel me? And she has, I think, like a weird pinkish skin tone. So I wish they made, Ruthie at least look more, otherworldly. But that's just a mini gripe. Other gripe as well. Oh my gosh, bro. James Gunn, please, for the love of God. Hollywood movies, superhero movies in general. Listen up here. you hear Supergirl score, and I hope that's her main score. I am a sucker for superheroes and villains having a score to announce their presence, a presence to be felt. And my ears and my body and my emotion can feel this character's presence through the score. Supergirl scores like I'm like, okay. I was like, all right, here we go. You feel me? Yeah. This is like, that's also what I had a gripe with Superman 2025. I'm like, can David have his own identity through the score? I don't mind them using John Williams' score for the Superman score, but I want David to find his own calling through his own personal score. Just like Henry Cavill had with Hans Zimmer. Like, give him his own score, please, because Supergirl's score in here, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, bro, I was like, okay, bro, see, Supergirl's got her score. Give David his own identity, sir. You can use John Williams' score, cool, but please. And again, James, listen to me, please. I know you love music, James, but the needle dropping has to stop, sir. The action in this movie is freaking crazy, bro. This film is action-packed. This is how I want to see Kryptonians getting down. Certain moments, I felt shades of Man of Steel in my heart, you feel me? Certain moments, I'm like, we getting some Man of Steel action up in here. Little hints of Man of Steel action. The perfect Superman movie to me is where Superman, here was the problem with Henry, here's the truth. To me, James made David feel, and David looks like Superman. Shades of Christopher Reeve. David exudes Superman. So does Henry Cavill. But again, they both do not feel like the pure, authentic Superman in my eyes. So here's the thing. David's Superman is a better Superman portrayal of the early portion of Henry Cavill's Superman in Man of Steel. But Henry Cavill in Man of Steel, his Superman was giving me godly, delicious action. That action is yes. And Supergirl gave me shades of Kryptonian action. These are godlike beings. So when they fight, I want to feel it in my chest when they punch each other. And when they're flying and going crazy, I want to feel it. Supergirl gives me shades of Man of Steel sometime. I'm like, whoa, hold up here, buddy. You feel me? I'm like, David ain't doing that. At this point, I think Supergirl looking like she could kick David's ass. Because I'll tell you that, bro, sometimes even when she does her laser blast, her heat vision, you feel me? Her heat vision was thick. I'm like, yo, that looked like that was a powerful heat blast, bro. That was a powerful, you know what I'm saying, heat vision blast. That thing was thick. And then Supergirl's movie, you feel me? She's shaking and jiving, bro. She's, you know what I'm saying? She's moving and sweating. I'm like, dude, what the freak? I'm like, yo, she's badass. Some Aquaman stuff, that's badass. Woo! Like, I'm like, dude, where was this in Superman 2025? Why isn't David fighting Mr. Hammer Baravia like that, nigga? Even I know Lex studied his moves, but bruh, give me something. David better take some fighting lessons from Millie Alcock Supergirl, you hear me? Y'all, hey, listen, bro. Watch the movie. Go watch the movie. And be a judge of yourself. If you're not going to watch it, fine. I understand. Again, certain things Millie Alcock said in interviews, sit downs and with influencers or whatnot, the things that she said, if it bothered you, fine. But on my end, I would say still give it a good try. If you don't want to watch it, again, I understand. But bro, man, I'm telling you, I bought a popcorn bucket. I'll show you, bro. This is what I got. I'm still not a fan of the Kingdom Come S. It looks cool in certain aspects. I don't mind it, James. But James, I'm gonna need you to soon please debut the classic S, please. It's kind of starting to grind my gears. If the Ellison family with Paramount Plus, after this deal is solidified, if they still allow James and Peter Safran to still be, in control, James, again, I need you to bring back the classic S. Enough of the BS, because I have nothing against the Kingdom Come S, but the whole world knows Superman for the classic S. Probably will put some more butts in the seat if you put the classic S on David's chest. You put the classic S on Millie Alcock's chest, because, please, Kingdom Come, fine. You want to do your own thing. I get it, whatever. But it needs to progress in honor of the character, in honor of Christopher Reeve. Hell, even Henry Cavill, even though it was thick, it was still an S. It was just a thick S. Brandon Routh, his Superman, S, baby. James, bring back the classic S. After Man of Tomorrow, you need to bring back the classic S, because that is the most prominent superhero symbol of all time. It's next to the cross of Christ. You need to bring the classic Superman S back, please. Hey, man, like I said, bro, I give this movie a B+, bro. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is crazy. I can't believe I'm saying this. Supergirl is better than Superman. Supergirl is more kick-ass than David's Superman, bro. Man of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Millie Alcock, you made me gain interest. You made me step a couple feet back to the DCU's door. I can't believe I'm saying this. Also, another negative, there was a few jokes here and there that didn't land, and a few jokes that did land, okay? But more jokes were kind of miss than the ones that did land. But when the ones that did land, it was a happy feeling laugh. And bro, I'll tell you this, my theater was not packed whatsoever. There was so many seats that were empty. It was me and about 30 people in there. So you can imagine 30 people in a big ass IMAX screening. This movie theater was not packed whatsoever. And it's crazy. I came to this movie by myself and I still had a good time, bro. I'm not gonna cap, bro. Supergirl is the best DCU movie so far. I give Supergirl, I'm on the fence. I want to give it a B+, but I gotta see it again. Right now, I give Supergirl a solid B. I give it a solid B. It's the best DCU movie, period. And I love the progression of Supergirl from start to end. And I want to see more. And Millie, again, I don't care. Millie, I don't care your politics, your sexuality, none of that. Thank you for giving me a different take of Supergirl that I didn't know that I needed, or I didn't know that I would be interested in. This is something that I can get behind. And also, before I forget, Mrs. Ana Noguera, the writer of this movie, I had my eye on you, Ana, Mrs. Noguera. I know you haven't written a script for big projects. I know you've done mid-level things. You've never written for something this big for your career. The script for the movie, it's not terrible, but again, it's not perfect, but it was overall enjoyable. I'm not mad at the script. Anna, for her first go on a big budget project, she didn't do bad with the script. It's not a perfect script, but for her, this being her first big, break as, for a full-fledged, superhero film, something she's never done before, for this to be her first go-around, that's not bad. That's not bad, you feel me? So, Anna, I know you're doing Wonder Woman, and you're also doing one of my favorite superhero teams of all time. You're doing Teen Titans. I need you to give me this, but turn it up to 10, okay? And Craig Gillespie, the director, my boy. Again, I say this movie's not perfect. No movie's perfect. But, bro, it's been a while since I felt this good watching a DC film, okay? It's been a while, bro. And I cannot believe I'm saying this for Supergirl, but Craig, if they let you do Wonder Woman, Craig Gillespie, I would not be mad at that. I would not be mad at that, bro. Again, I give this movie a B. I've been talking for 40 minutes straight, on my feet, right in front of y'all face, letting you know I'm back. And DC has my interest for now. And I know after I see Clayface, I swear if Clayface is glorious and Man of Tomorrow is epic, I'm back on the saddle. We had a rough beginning, and now it's going to get worse. Because I hope... I really don't want this movie to flop. But that's why I said it looks like it's going to flop in regards right now. But it's still early. And and we'll see what happens. But in my heart, I don't want this movie to flop. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want this movie to flop. This movie deserves to get a decent run and to have some type of continuation, because they did a really good job. I'm not going to cap. It wasn't perfect by any means. Again, call me a shill. Y'all could call me a shill if you want. You can't really call me a shill because I called Superman 2025 out. Can't call me that. I'm a DC fan, baby. I ain't a shill. And I love Marvel too. But if you put a Glock to my head and ask me Marvel or DC, it's going to be DC 10 days out the week. So this is what your boy was growing up on. And again, I'm happy to say I give this movie a B, and I enjoyed myself, and I enjoyed Supergirl, and Supergirl is the best DCU movie, period. It's the best DCU movie. Ana Nugara, I'm trying to say her name right. I got my eye on you for Wonder Woman and Teen Titans, okay? I got my eye on you, okay? Craig Gillespie, if they give you Wonder Woman, I ain't mad at it. And Millie, please, baby, at these interviews, you got to work on that PR. Just talk about the movie, Millie. Don't, all that other stuff, put it to the side, dude. Because now, I don't know, now that's going to hurt the movie. And now I know the movie is projecting to not do as good. But man, I'll tell you, I'm interested to see what the audience score is going to be. Because I know the critic score is not good. It's bad. I think the critic score is rotten right now. It might go to fresh a little bit, 60%. But I hope the audience score is around 70%, 80% for the audience score. But I enjoyed myself, man. Again, guys, it's Cassidy and Stir Up. Dude, this is a long movie review video out here. But I don't care, dude. I had fun. I had a blast. I'm glad I watched this movie. That's how I'm feeling. And that's how you should feel coming out of a movie theater. Guys, again, this is Cassidy and Stir Up. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm back with more movies. I got my unlimited subscription to Regal now. So I'm able to watch movies whenever I want. And best believe you guys got me. I've been going to the gym as well, you know what I'm saying? I've been going to the gym, you know? You feel me? I've been going to the gym. I'm feeling good. God is good. I'm happy I came to see this movie. Guys, go check out Supergirl. And if you don't check it out, I get it. It's fine. I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. You have a great one. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys soon. Damn. I can't believe I'm saying this, bro. Supergirl is better than Superman. Supergirl is the best DCU film. Peace.